Alright, so hey you guys, I'm PETA, and so I'm not gonna hold you guys too long. I was just trying to come on here, before I go to bed and lay down. And this is probably gonna be the worst production. It's not gonna be anything like spectacular. I don't have any cameras set up. I just went and grabbed my phone because I just want to express my thoughts on what's going on. And what's happening right now is we are in a transition. We are in a transitioning period, and this is a period of time where we are going through a transition. Things are changing. The orders of things are changing. Mother Earth is like, look, I'm sick of all of this stuff. I'm sick of all the old ways, and they're just sourcing in your spirit team, whomever. They're just digging deep down into the roots of things and carving them out. You may be feeling this transition within yourself where it seems like you're doing your healing work, and they're carving out the things that have been plaguing you for years, the root of those things. Whether you're working on your inner child, or whether you're working on some other traumas, or whether you're working on your heart chakra, whatever it may be, but right now you are going through that transition, and that old you is dying. And see, there's a lot of us that's going through these transitions, whether it be on a physical level. We noticing a lot of people are transitioning on a physical level. People are dying from, what is those things called? When the freak accidents, natural causes, some having cancer, diseases, COVID. Is just so much going on. And all over the world right now is transitioning. And everyone is affected by it. This is a purge. This is a master reset. This is Spirit's way of saying, well, let's just undo everything and redo it. Because that's what it's seeming like. And so right now you might be getting serious downloads and you're unsure how to process all of them. Just sit with the download. Figure out what Spirit is trying to tell you about your transition, because something in you is about to die. Something in you is about to die. Maybe that hurtful spirit is about to die. Maybe those limiting beliefs are about to die. Maybe those abandonment issues are about to die. But there is something in you that is about to die. It is going through a transition. And you see the transition happening where people are transitioning out of the physical realm over into the spiritual realm. People are dying. People close to you are dying, have died. Friends close to you are dying and have died. And they are transitioning. And now you, as the healer, what is your place? What are you supposed to be doing right now to assist in this transition? How are you transitioning? And as you transition, are you listening to Source? Is the message coming from Source? Is what you're doing coming from Source, or is what you're doing what you want to do? Because if what you're doing is what you want to do, then you're going to have a bumpy transition. It's going to be rocky. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard to make sense of. It's going to be hard to get aligned. But see, if you listening to Source and paying attention and just sitting with what they telling you, then your transition will go a lot smoother. Yes, you're going to be fatigued. You're going to be tired, because look what's happening. You're working a muscle that hasn't been worked before. You're going deeper than you've ever gone. You're going through your ascension fatigue as you're on this journey, because you're working harder at this than you ever had before. So it's just like any kind of exercise. If you exercising for the first time, the exercise is going to hurt. It's going to hurt extremely bad. All right? And you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I don't want to do this no more. Then the second day, you're still going to be hurting. Third day is going to get easier. 4, 5, 6, 7, it's going to be extremely easy. And you're going to be like, wow, day 1 exercise feels like nothing. But then on day 8, something else comes along. And now you got to work that. And see, on the healing journey, what they don't tell you is during these transitions, it's never just straight. It's always wavering, swirling. One minute you're doing great. Next minute you're like, blah. And then you're like, because you're going through that transition. But those things that Spirit has told you to let go of, they have to die. And so your transition may be long or it may be short. But this is the season for it. See, what COVID did was COVID sat everybody down. And COVID told everybody, you will sit with yourself. You're going to get so tired of Netflix, you ain't going to have no choice but to sit with yourself. And you're going to sit with your situations. And you're going to sit with the things that you need to deal with. And you're going to sit with your traumas. And you're going to sit with your abandonment issues. You're going to sit with your mommy and your daddy issues. You're going to sit with the issues that you had with homegirl down the street or homeboy down the street. And you're going to sit with those things. And those things are going to marinate. And either going to force you to heal or it's going to drive you crazy. And a lot of people I don't want to go crazy, so I just go heal. You know? So just kind of want to check in and see, do y'all see what's happening? And then a lot of people are going to notice that there are going to be people that you used to go to, and they're not going to be getting the messages no more. What a shocker, right? It's almost as if, I want to say they lost their gift, but I'm just saying that Spirit ain't talking to them the way that they used to no more. And it's because that when they was in their transition, they decided that they weren't going to transition. When Spirit told me that I was going to sit down and do this, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh no, I'm not doing this. And you know what Spirit did? You know what Source did? They took my vision. And I had no choice but to sit down. Because my perception is not even the same. When I drive, I still drive now. I started back driving, but when I drive, only one side works. So my perception isn't the same. My judgment has to be accurate, or else I'm gonna hit something. You know? But I give thanks for that. Because had that not happened, I wouldn't have gone through my transition. And I probably wouldn't even take this situation the way that I'm taking it now. But you're going to go through your transition. Spirit is saying that you will go through your transition. And you'll go willingly because you sat with yourself, or you go forcefully because you sat with yourself. But either way, you're going to go through your transition. And don't look at the transition like a bad thing, y'all. This is good. This is something beautiful. All right? And I know that a lot of you guys are like, transition? You talk about transition of self. I know a lot of us have lost people. Y'all, we've lost people during this situation to other things other than COVID, but we've all lost people that we've known. They have transitioned to that realm. But you have an opportunity to transition while you're still here. So do that inner child work. Do that healing that needs to be done. Mend those fences or bridges or whatever they are called. Like, mend them. You don't have to be buddy-buddy with these people. I always tell y'all that too. You don't have to be friends with people that you, just because you healed. You just need to be in a space of forgiveness so that you can move on. But that doesn't mean that you have to allow that energy, that chaos energy, back into your life. All right, so I hope you guys are transitioning well. All right, and just give thanks. Give thanks to whatever you experience during your transition, because you are going to grow, and you're going to grow in a way that you be like, oh my goodness, this is all I had to do to allow this to happen. So that's it, you guys. I hope the message is clear. I was gonna go a whole nother route with this, but I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna talk, and if it makes sense, it makes sense, and if it don't make sense, and then, you know. But there's gonna be some people out there that's gonna hear this and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, you know. So enjoy your transition, okay? I hope you guys have a great night. Peace. Love y'all, and I'll holla at you.